Wyclef Jean, BKS1 Radio. Let's go.
This is Essence Atkins, and this is BKS1 Radio.
Hi, this is Melba Moore, and you're listening to BKS1 Radio.
Yo, check it out. What's the deal? This the chef. Giving a big shout out to my peoples. Big KS, you already know what it is. Salute.
What's up? It's your girl Monifa, and I'm hanging with BKS1 Radio.
Hi, I'm Iyanla Vanzant, and you're listening to BKS1 Radio.
BKS Radio, baby.
Hey, this is Jasmine Guy for BKS1 Radio.
What's going on? This is Lamont Brooker, and this is BKS1 Radio.
Shout out to BKS1, the best kept damn secret in the business.
Hey, what's up? This is Raven Goodwin from BET's Being Mary Jane, and shout out to BKS1.
Hi, this is Leon, and you're watching BKS1 Radio.
BKS1. God bless y'all. Wake up! Wake up, wake up, wake up!
It's the official Man Cave Morning Show. Let's clap it up, people.
Good afternoon.
Monday morning, man. Lazy ass Mondays.
Indeed.
Shout out to everybody on the check-in, man. Luck, we're going to introduce the awesome squad of the Man Cave Morning / Afternoon Show. And to the right of me, we have the dude that gets a little rude. That's really good bad news. We call him Deacon Will.
Hey,
Deacon Woo in the building, no doubt. And to the left,
the birthday girl.
The birthday girl.
Yes.
It is her born day.
The special one.
She is old as dirt.
And I'm even older.
She is older than the dirty bastard himself.
The new DD, not the
my
old
partner.
DD.
Our people's, my friend, Hurricane Kiss. Let's clap it up for her. No doubt. And this is the man. Oh, I forgot.
Get yourself.
I am humbly stormed on the general at your service. Salute to you all.
That means you're older than me because you forgot to introduce yourself.
You are, man. Yes, it's going to be a day here on the Man Cave Morning Show as we partake in this conversation, man. And like that's a conversation, so shout out to everybody on the check-in. First and foremost, let's get some love and shout out to everybody watching us live right now on YouTube. Salute to everybody watching us live right now on Twitter, Periscope. Shout out to everybody watching us live on the mother site, WBKS1.com. Shout out to everybody watching us live on Facebook. Salute to you all. You know we love you. Yes, peace and blessings, no doubt. And shout out to everybody listening to us live. We're on that TuneIn app, man. If you don't have it by now, please download the TuneIn app. Go get it. It is free. Oh,
set us free.
Yes. And shout out to everybody watching us live right now on Ustream, because I know y'all are there. I see y'all there. I see them numbers.
What up?
No doubt. Salute to you all. I'll be forgetting. Now, let's get some Facebook love, some morning love for everybody trickling in. Shout out to see King Park on the check-in. Good morning. Shout out to Denise Sparrow on the check-in. Shout out to Summers Mike on the check-in. Shout out to Catherine Allen on the check-in. Good morning, Lucretia Bellamy, a.k.a. Lion. Salute. Good morning, Phyllis Wilberry. Good morning. Shout out to James Long on the check-in. Shout out to Sandy B on the check-in. Good morning, Timothy Beverly on the check-in. Shout out to Janice, Maxine Brooks. Good morning, good afternoon, or whatever you want to call it. Shout out to Kaz Minor. Good morning. It is still morning.
Yes.
Where Jackie is.
Right there.
So yes, so we still gonna say good morning. Shout out to DT on the check-in. Good morning. Shout out to Ciola Ross on the check-in. Good morning. Kaz Minor, D Mac on Mac, what's good? We giving everybody love this morning. Shout out to Yvette Bridges on the check-in. Diamond Young on the check-in. Timothy Beverly, my brother. My sister Patricia Shell giving us on the check-in. Yo, we had fun this Saturday.
Yes, we did.
No doubt. Shout out to DT on the check-in. Kathy Lewis Shivers on the check-in. Hey, Kathy. Renee Lynch on the check-in. Shira Hill on the check-in. Barb on the check-in. Ramona Woods Black. What's up, sis? What's up, family? And let's clap it up for everybody on the FB check-in. Good morning to you all. Let's clap it up for the people. No doubt, no doubt. So we're going to talk about several different things this morning. There's a lot going on, you know. I mean, right now it is Hurricane Kid's birthday.
Yes, it is.
With that being said,
she brought the rain with her.
Yes, with that being said, our topics for today, all right? At what point do you introduce your kids to someone you're At what point do you introduce your children to someone you are dating?
Never.
All right, and then 2, because we didn't get to this. We've been trying to get to this.
Okay.
But we're going to get to it this week.
This week.
Take a good look at yourself. No, today we're going to get to it. Take a good look at yourself. You might be the problem in your relationship.
You might be the problem.
Yes. So we're going to talk about that after we talk about several things. Shout out to Power C. No doubt. Good morning. Power. Salute. Peace and blessings. Now, also, there's a lot going on. Where you want to start, bro? We got a plethora of things to discuss.
Let's get Serena, if you don't mind.
Serena? You want to go right into Serena?
Yes.
So, set it up. What's some of the story, man? A lot's been going on with Serena and everything.
So, there was a line judge at I believe it was the French Open, U.S. Open, whatever, one of them opens. I'm not a tennis fan. That accused Serena of cheating.
Right.
Serena responded back. He then gave her some type of call.
Right.
That call caused her to lose the match.
Really? Wow. So just in case y'all don't know what's been going on, this was the U.S. Open, right?
Yes.
Correct?
Yes,
and
not French, U.S.
And she lost to Naomi Osaka.
Yes, Japanese, African-American.
Yes, she's young too.
Yep.
Yeah, very young.
Sister.
Very young.
Yep.
And we're going to run the clip just for those that don't know what's going on.
Let's
Here's
go
a
to
quick,
the video.
Quick clip, so pay attention.
Count violation, verbal abuse, gang penalty, Mrs. Williams.
Being a thief because he stole a point from me. That does not make there are men out here that do lot worse because I'm a woman. Because I'm a woman, you're gonna take this away from me. That is not right. You know it, and I know you can't admit it, but I know you know it's not right. I don't cheat. I didn't get coaching. How can you say that? You owe me an apology. You owe me an apology. I have never cheated in my life. I have a daughter and I stand what's right for her and I've never cheated. And you owe me an apology.
I'm going to clap it up for her taking a stance. Real talk, because, wow. I mean, I'm hearing a lot of people saying that she was actually right when it comes to the gender bias in the sport. So I'm hearing a lot of people say, hey, she was right. She took a stand. She spoke up for herself. Do I think Serena needs to cheat? No. Do I think she would cheat? No. Do I think there was some favoritism on the other opponent's side? Yes. Would she have probably won this match? Possibly. Possibly. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. They need to investigate this. Let me see how y'all feel, because I heard she broke her racket and everything.
Right,
she smashed her racket and everything. So she was pissed.
I think that what you're witnessing here is a preponderance of frustration. Venus, the champ, will always be the champ, will always be the greatest in my eyes, and certainly one of the greatest living athletes ever. You can put her up there with LeBron before we take the call. She has been maligned, disrespected, talked about, had racist taunts. There was a player that stuffed her bra and made fun of her. They call her a man. They call her a monkey. They call her this. They call her that. And so you can't just look at this particular match. You have to look.
Hold on 1 second.
You have to look at the past 20 years of how she's been purporting herself professionally and being abused. Final thing, my favorite, the way I was introduced to tennis was a man named John McEnroe. John McEnroe used to cuss jokers out.
John used to get it
every match, and I never saw him take a match from him.
No
Just
doubt.
saying.
Caller from the 404. State your name when you're calling from. Good morning. You're on the Man Cave Morning Show. Well,
Hey.
good afternoon.
Good morning, Storm and good morning, sweetie. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Now, I've been watching tennis.
I don't get no more than
What's up, Woo? You know you're my man.
Go ahead, continue.
I've been watching tennis since like McEnroe and Connors. You know, so I've seen McEnroe beat the racket, curse the officials out, and do all that. And they never took a point away, right? But on the real Woo, I'm gonna disagree with you. Serena was gonna lose. Did you see the thighs on that girl? She was running all over the court. She had her beat, but it threw Serena off her game a little bit. But Serena was going to lose.
Okay, she was
She
going
was
to
going to lose.
Do you think she
Yeah,
cheated?
she was going to lose.
Do you think she?
Do I think she what?
Do you think she cheated?
Yeah, she didn't cheat, but see, the whole thing about it is her coach was moving his hands back and forth in a motion to signal her to attack the net. But that's an average. That's an average. But when you go with the norm and the rule, some people use the norm as a rule. And a lot of people do that. A lot of coaches do that, right? But they never get caught out there. So I think on the other side, where that is the rule, but they enforced it on Serena, but she wasn't even looking at him.
Right.
Right. And now when she yelled at him and cheated, she was absolutely right, because he shouldn't have said that, and he shouldn't have took the point away. It was like 3 quick offenses.
So
and it took away from the whole. It took away from the whole enjoyment of the sport. The girl didn't get what she was supposed to get. I'm talking the recognition of her beating her. That was her girl.
So
before the girl was even born, she was Serena was playing tennis, and she was her not mentor, but she looked up to Serena. So that meant a lot. And the whole thing about it is that it took away from the girl beating her, the girl she looked up to.
Fairly.
It took away. It took a lot of things away from the whole sport.
So let me ask you this. 2 things. 1, should there be an investigation, right, behind this whole thing? 2, do you think that whole game should be counted out? If they
No.
find out that 1, the referee, the umpire, whatever they call him in tennis, was unjust, and then 2, that there was some type of foul play.
You can't say that, because just like I was saying before, it's the rule. They just don't enforce it, but they just enforce it on her. Now officially they really can't do nothing. But if you like in court, morally you're wrong, but you got off. That's all it is, because morally he shouldn't have did that. Morally, because it's a common thing that goes on within tennis.
Right.
Like basketball. Like, you know how you do. You be on the court, you be like, okay, good no call, coach. I mean, good no call, ref. That's what it is up there. Good no call. They let them get away with all kind of crap. Like when Serena, there was one time when Serena hit the girl with the ball. She was returning it back. Now, they took a point away from Serena, right? But the rule in the sports is you got to get out of the way of the ball to return it back.
Right.
It's called tennis. You got to hit the ball, then you got to hit it back. You got to, just like ping pong, you got to get out of the way so you can get an angle and hit it.
No doubt.
Unjust.
No doubt, bro. Bro, we appreciate you, man, calling in and everything and sharing your viewpoint, man. Always, fam. Always.
Sorry for getting too hyped, but I'm a tennis fan.
It's all good. We appreciate that. We like that. No doubt.
Peace.
Peace. Thanks for calling.
So let me rewind the tape about, because my boy said a lot of stuff. If she was indeed going to lose, then let her lose without affecting the outcome of the game. Number one.
Absolutely.
Number two, to me, it's still about a preponderance of the evidence, or I always look at how she's been treated historically. And she has been maligned and mistreated, and her emotions probably got the best of her, etc. So you know what I mean. I don't think that was. Now, the last thing in terms of the rule, if you want to talk about rules in the way that rules are applied to us as opposed to the way the rules that are applied to other people,
right? We
all know that they're two separate and unequal justice systems. So this idea that it's the rule. We also have to take in consideration the way the rules are applied to people of color and women as opposed to other people. That's all. That's all I got to say about that.
Yeah. Well, let's see what the people has to say. Right? So you have
everybody saying get rid of the ref because he's biased.
No job. C. King Parker. U.S. global people of color is a pure threat to all other ethnicities in the whole world when it comes to everything.
I agree.
Get rid of the ref. Rematch. Hello, everyone. Hello, Dorothy Norman Rucker. Love that middle name. Shout out to Juanita Karen Hardstown on the check-in. No doubt. Let's see. So everybody agrees. I think the ref is foul, and she also says she don't ever want that ref on her court again.
He won't be.
So she got a little power in the game of tennis. So that may happen.
And insofar as the rematch goes, do you really want to play in Angry Serena? Probably not.
I'd still like to see it.
Yeah, no doubt. But now this whole thing took away from the girls' victory, and that's what they're reporting. They like this whole incident took away from her, enjoying her victory.
I agree.
So sorry, but it is what it is.
But you know what? I'm gonna take a win, regardless. You dig what I'm saying?
No
if
doubt.
I won, I won.
Now, what I don't like.
What's that?
What I don't like, and we got some more calls. We're going to take this call real quick. Caller from the 678. State your name when you're calling from. You're on the Man Cave Afternoon Show.
Yo, this is Julius Gray down in Lawrenceville, Georgia.
Hey, Jay Gray, what's good?
Hey, what's going on? First, I want to say happy birthday to Kiss.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Impressive.
I not today, but yesterday I really caught myself up on what was going on with Serena. And my only question is, at what point has she ever needed to cheat to win?
Oh, please.
Yeah, that goes
I mean,
please.
It's I don't know, you might put me in a conspiracy theory after this, but I've seen it. We've all seen and witnessed a prominent black athlete doing great, probably at the height of their career. All of a sudden, there's a scandal.
Right.
Oh, of course.
I mean, some of it is deserved. I understand that, but most of it is not.
Right.
Like Tiger Woods, the best in golf. All of a sudden, he cheating on his wife, got beat down with a golf club, and he can't even get his swing straight.
Yes, sir.
Now all of a sudden, Serena, all of a sudden she has to cheat to win. Like, I mean, there are other black athletes that have been just beaten down and, trying to been kept down because, they don't want them to get too high. I mean, look at what's going on with LeBron. You got news analysts saying he needs to just shut up and dribble.
Yeah,
like,
man.
Seriously?
Yeah. Our voice always gets silenced all the time.
Especially when you're talking about our
Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, we're going to go into that.
That's another topic.
We're going to go into that because I don't know if y'all heard, and it's funny, it's a great segue, but before we get off Serena, Jay Gray, did you hear about the Australian publication that is apologizing because of their racist illustration of Serena?
Oh, I didn't hear about that.
Yes, I actually did read about that, and I was thoroughly, highly, unbelievably disgusted.
Yeah, and we about to talk about that.
I mean,
go ahead.
No, go ahead, man. I'm gonna let y'all get back to it because I want to listen to what else y'all got to say. So go ahead, get back to that. I just want to call and say this.
But the phone lines are open. You can call back. Again, it's
646-233-1302.
No doubt. Peace. All right, so now, here it goes right now, just in case y'all didn't see it. This was the Australian newspaper. Wow. They were slammed for a racist cartoon image of Serena Williams. So, see, a lot of people won't talk about this, but here at the Man Cave Morning Show, BKS1 Radio, we're going to talk about it. All right, so now, look at that. Okay, is it racist? Woo, is it racist?
What you think, bro?
Exactly.
What you think,
Exactly. So, when I look at that, I'm like, wow.
They got her looking like
a beast. You know, and to the other defense of this, they're saying, no, he's just trying to show how she's unsportsmanlike and she's having a tantrum and blah, 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 blah.
Absolutely.
I'm like, wow, you made her look like
That's
she's
crazy.
800 pounds, you know.
So there's a
huge, giant lips.
Yeah.
So, again.
There's a lot going on with this. First of all, to be an athlete, I know you can't tell, but I used to be an athlete. You need passion and you need emotion and you need to be able to funnel your emotions. Why is it that when we express passion, we're looked at as angry and threatening and brutish? This woman has withstood 20 years. His caricatures, they talk about her, they talk about her physique, they talk about her child, they talk about everything, that she's too muscular, that she's a man. She's a beautiful champion, right? That did it that continues to do it at the highest level when other athletes are well into their retirement. She just had a baby, just dropped the baby, and now she's competing at the highest echelon of her sport once again. You know, not all of us are Jackie Robinson. Let me see how you do your job with someone maligning you and saying undignified things to you every single day. How long would it take you to say enough is enough? As someone that gets accused of, you're too passionate, you're too loud, you're too this and you're too that. It's racism, pure and simple, and it's most unfortunate.
Yes, I agree. Clap that up, please.
Absolutely. I think it's getting to the point that people just get tired of us, I should say, doing well for too long.
Yeah,
and especially when she's like, this woman has been working hard since her and her sister were kids, and we've all seen it. You know, their whole journey has unfolded before our eyes, and it's like you wait until now, till she's reached like this crazy plateau, to poke her so many times to the point it's like, you know, how much more can you take? It's gonna pop. The minute she reacts, it's a problem.
I agree.
That's horrible.
We
man.
excel, and listen again.
It's crazy.
Not making it. Sometimes you're not making it a black or white thing, but it is.
But it is
what it is.
It's an obvious.
And shout out to Phyllis. She said they refuse to give us what is well deserved.
Exactly.
Come on, wake up.
Yeah,
it's not about Serena in general. Stay woke. Hashtag stay woke. I agree. Shout out to Ramona Woods Black. She said, "Good morning, Caveman team and topic and team. Real topics. Keep it real." No doubt.
Well, I know we got to move on, but if you look at our greatest, our best and our brightest, Michael Jackson,
yes,
Whitney Houston, Mike Tyson, you know, what's my man? Michael Jordan is a gambler. You know what I mean? It's if you want me to say that I don't see what's going on, every time we reach these great lofty heights, every single time we're cut down in the media, and people expect me to act like I don't see it. Now, I do, and enough is enough. They continually listen. Whenever we're aspirational to say, you know, that person right there is great, trust me, the okie doke is coming.
So here's the thing, right? And I'm gonna say this, being that you said that. All right, what's the difference between Whitney Houston's demons with drugs and Demi Lovato?
The color of her skin.
Yeah.
All right. Demi Lovato is receiving so much compassion, right?
Because she has the illness.
Get better,
right?
And this and this and that. And I get that. Look, we want her to get better. It wasn't the same for Whitney Houston.
Of course
not even a black or white thing, because she's Spanish.
Whitney was attacked.
Of course.
For her demons, she was ridiculed. She was this, she was that, whatever, right?
Where someone else has a disease that she needs to get well
now
from.
It's a disease with Demi Lovato and this. We want her to get better, and she's struggling. She can't handle the fame right now. We got to be more sympathetic towards her and all of this. frankly, I'm tired of it. So like that's the first thing, and it's funny because when I talk about, I've spoken about Whitney Houston before, and the first thing somebody wants to say is they want to attack her for her drug usage, but I'm like, that's so prevalent in the entertainment community.
Right.
Like really going to attack her for that? You know how many people in this whole entertainment field has an addiction or whatever the case. So
And have died.
We're gonna ride her
Look
for
at
that.
Mac Miller, 26 years old,
Come on, man.
a kid.
Come on.
A kid.
Last time I
That's
checked,
crazy, man.
Elvis Presley was high on his toilet and suffocated and died. He's still the greatest. He's still the king.
Absolutely.
And no disrespect
Exactly.
to him. But our behavior is always criminalized and demonized when it's other people, it's always they have a problem, they have a disease. And of course, if we look at the prescription drug opioid epidemic, when we take opioids, we're criminals. When they take it, they need help, and it's a disease. When it affects them, then they want to change the narrative. Because I'm not screaming and yelling like I usually do. I see what I see. Look, don't let Trump get you jacked up.
And we're gonna excuse
too many platforms.
We're gonna excuse Woody Allen for being a pedophile because he
Yeah,
married
for real.
because he
Oh,
married
my
the child.
God.
He married the child he was doing.
And he gave his child a child,
Man, look.
which is the most disgusting thing you could possibly do in your life.
Double standard. Forget double standard. Triple standards.
Triple standard.
It's triple
But
standards.
R.
in the game.
Kelly's the devil.
No
Like,
doubt.
so come on, man.
We
Like,
got a comment I wanted to read.
Let's read the comments.
Victor said, when she was a little girl, she was questioning her father stepped in and shut the reporter down. Don't poke the bear. Prince is an addict. Tupac is a racist. It don't
Right.
stop. Then he went on to say, white shooters get treated with respect, and we get gunned down and treated like animals.
All right.
And Jared was a child molester.
Yeah.
Jared was a pedophile.
Wow. All right.
Exactly right, sir.
All right. So now, we all know about the whole
Nobody's talking about that no more.
Colin
Right.
Kaepernick
Yes.
fiasco and everything
The
with
whole Nike campaign.
with the Nike campaign, and people protesting Nike and burning sneakers or whatever.
Jim Carrey.
Huh?
The Jim Carrey clip.
Oh, you got a Jim Carrey?
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me, what is it on the gram?
Yeah.
All right, so we'll find that and show it to the people. So we got this mayor now in Louisiana, right? That has banned.
You don't say.
That has banned Nike sneakers in the school programs and in the booster programs and everything in the school system. He has put a ban out.
Right.
All right. So now a memo got leaked about this ban.
Right.
That he was putting his ban out. Guess who got the memo?
Who?
The man came on the show.
And you know this.
So here's
man.
the mayor, right? And we're gonna play a little bit of the story so I can get y'all caught up on what's going on. So here's a little clip of what's going on with this mayor in Louisiana that's banning the clip. Yep, got it.
The mayor of a Louisiana town has banned Nike products from city recreation facilities, days after the sports apparel company hired former NFL quarterback Colin Kaepernick for its new advertising campaign. Kenner Mayor E. Benzon II's order, dated Wednesday, also demands that purchases made by sports booster clubs for apparel, shoes, athletic equipment, and / or any athletic product for use at city recreation facilities be approved by the city. Under no circumstances will any Nike product or any product with the Nike logo be purchased for use or delivery at any City of Kenner recreation facility, the mayor wrote. The mayor issued the memo in the wake of Nike's announcement that Kaepernick would be the face of its 30th anniversary Just Do It advertising campaign. Kaepernick sparked a wave of protests by NFL players in 2016 when he began kneeling during the national anthem to protest police brutality and racial inequality. The backlash to Nike's decision was immediate, with conservatives calling for a boycott and destroying their own Nike items. An outraged President Donald Trump attacked the company on Twitter and falsely claimed it was getting absolutely killed with anger and boycotts. Nike's online sales jumped double digits since the campaign was announced. In a Facebook post on Sunday, Kenner City Councilman Gregory Carroll described the mayor's memo as disturbing and said he was 100% against this decision. I was not made aware of this decision beforehand and it is in direct contradiction of what I stand for and what the city of Kenner should stand for, Carroll said. I will meet with the mayor and other council members in an effort to rescind this directive. The mayor just got caught up in all this stuff and made a move off the cuff.
And let me go ahead. All right, so we're going to read the memo. It's the city of Kenner. See, man came on and showed him play. We don't play, y'all. So here's the exact memorandum, all right, from the city of Kenner in Louisiana.
Effective immediately. All purchases made by any booster club operating at any Kenner recreation facility for wearing apparel, shoes, athletic equipment, and or any other athletic product must be approved by the Director of Parks and Recreation or his designee. Under no circumstances will any Nike product or any product with the Nike logo be purchased for use or delivery at any city of Kenner recreational facility.
All right, so now let's go to what he has the power to do. Does he have the power to do that and to make that call? Yes. The Department of Recreation is a department that's a part of the city administration that the mayor controls. So he can make that call. Was it right? Is it just? No, it's not right. It's wrong to do. The citizens of that town are very upset. The kids are upset. And there's some public officials that don't agree with his decision. So what will change that is voting him out the next election time. Voting this mayor out, because now you're abusing people's right to choose.
Mayor Kenner, you are simple and plain Mother F you and John Wayne. This is a clear indication of people's racistness. You know, how many times can I scream and I yell that the issue is not Nike sneakers and it's not kneeling? It is police brutality. And if you are against this, then that simply means that you are for police brutality. You are for the killing of unarmed American citizens by officers that are sworn and upheld to protect and to defend them. The fact that they continually try to switch the issue, and the fact that ignorant, racist, simple-minded people still insist on doing what they're doing, you're on the wrong side of history. You can no longer pretend to obfuscate this issue. The issue is about police brutality, and if you are against this stance, you are for the murdering of my people, which makes you, to me, my enemy.
No doubt. Let's clap that up. Yeah, man. Look,
come on, fam.
It's going too far. These are sneakers we're talking about. Exactly. And then, see, to me, everybody that has a problem and say, I'm not wearing Nike sneakers, they just might as well get the shirt that says I'm a racist.
Because that's what you are.
Right.
Just be it.
That's what you are. You're a white yeah, just be a white supremacist. That's what you are.
Real talk. Because look at what the issue is about. Look at what this man is protesting about.
Right.
Police brutality. Kids dying in the street at the hands of police unjustly. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're mad about that he's taking a knee for that, because you want to change the narrative and say, no, he's disrespecting. No, he's not disrespecting the flag. He said he wasn't. And the fact it was someone in the military that told him he should do it. From the Marine Corps.
Yep. Exactly.
One of the toughest corps, you know what I'm saying, in our military. It was somebody, a Marine, that said you should take that knee because of this particular issue, this social issue, whatever like that. So really, so now, look at anyone that's boycotting Nike. You need to beware of them and check them, unfriend them, unfollow them. You know what I'm saying? Start boycotting whatever businesses they back.
And
trust me. Flip it on them.
What you're seeing is a paradigm shift. Let me tell you something. Never in the history of America would a corporation decide to snub a white Republican, right? Which is a demographic that we're talking about. These people that are burning shoes. See, listen to me. These are the people that have historically run this country. And what are they being told by Nike? We don't need. That's what you're being told. You can keep your money and our other demographic, because guess what? Some white people. America is made up of more than white, male, WASP Republicans.
Right.
And what the corporation is doing is saying, we are sending a blow to end white privilege and white supremacy. Why?
Right.
You could never alienate a white male, like I said last week, because they're the gold standard of America.
Right.
They can't accept the fact that America is more than just them. And finally, I am so tired of white people having hurt feelings and having their feelings be more important than my life.
Man, look.
F you. You are my enemy. You better go ahead and get used to it, because this is a new time and there's absolutely nothing that you can do about it. I'm against you.
What the reports say, that the sales are what? Doubling.
30% increase.
Come on.
So keep burning and keep putting money in Nike pocket.
Dummies.
You big dummy.
Wasting your damn time.
Dumb white racist people. Stop.
So what's going on with the NFL, man? You sent this clip. I need to understand the clip. In reference to the players, NFL players protesting police brutality, now get support from Ford Motor Company. You gonna stop buying Ford cars?
Right. Exactly.
Ford is the most American as it gets.
So check. You know what's deep about that?
Okay.
The cruiser that a crooked cop gets out of to kill my black ass is 9 times out of 10 a Ford.
A Ford, exactly.
It's the Crown Vic. Am I correct?
Wow.
So once again, I know you got to read it. So once again, you're seeing yet another corporation take a stand against bigotry. What you gonna do?
Yeah,
racist. What you gonna do?
Let me see if we got something about this story. Okay, let's just read a little piece of the story right here.
Following on the footsteps of Nike, Ford has now come openly to support NFL players who are protesting against police discrimination. Nike supported Colin Kaepernick after his appointment as the face of their Just Do It 30th anniversary campaign received backlash from some quarters. The Ford Motor Company is now doing the same by saying that we respect individuals' rights to express their views, even if they are not the ones we share. That's part of what makes America, America.
Now, in the same, at the same, is it the same as what Nike is doing, what Ford is doing? I'm gonna tell you right now. Am I going to praise Ford the same way? Should I? Did I praise Nike?
I'm going to tip my. I'm personally going to tip my cap.
Let me tell you something. If we look at it closely, it says we respect individuals' rights to express their views, even if they are not ones we share. Right. So that was their BS disclaimer. That was a disclaimer.
Exactly.
Like, basically we respect it, even if we don't share it. So you're not really rocking with the fact that, again, he took a knee for racial injustice and police brutality. So right, you're trying to ride the marketing, the marketing strategy that Nike is riding. All right. So I'm really not rocking with you for it all the way. I'm still gonna keep driving the Chevy. All right. I'm still gonna keep driving the Chevy, but I feel you. Thanks for jumping on the team halfway. You got 1 foot in.
Nice try.
On the team. I get you. So I can't rock with him.
You are 1,000% that we should see the side eye about how they're trying to straddle the fence.
Come on, man.
Yeah. And I agree with you 100% wholeheartedly, and I see it. My only point is, any other time, corporate interests would either openly say that they're racist, right, or have their silence be their compliance, right? The fact that they're trying to make money, right, on such a polarizing issue, even though it is backhanded, is to me something that I'm not used to seeing. I am used to corporations openly flaunting their racist tactics, right, or saying nothing about the injustice that we suffer. So when I see the founder of Papa John catching heat for being racist and the stockholders saying you can't run your own company, Ford did not have to say nothing. You are right. They backhanded, they slimy, they trying to make money. They could have just stayed quiet. That's all I wanted to say about that.
Yeah, I mean, they riding that. They want to get them Ford sales up.
Right.
I get you. I got you.
And I get you too. You're absolutely right as well. But
HRJ said, "Dear white people, get a condom for your heart, because I'm a F your feelings."
Hey.
Okay. Phyllis Woodbury said, "Bye for it. I like Mazda."
Well, I drive a Korean car, but anyway.
Kaz Minor said Nike sneaker sales went up that far because all those protesters bought all those Nike were bought for the demonstration. In the famous words of my brother Wu, Stupid. Yeah. Dee Grant said, I have a Ford. They respect the protest. Ford is a huge company and a diverse company. So maybe some of the employees are with Cap. I'm rocking with you on
I
that.
agree.
No, like I said,
Ford employs a lot of black people.
It's one foot in the door and one. My whole thing is you said how you feel by making that statement, even if we don't. You know what I'm saying? And when you make a statement like that, you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, you ain't really clear on where you really stand. And see, that's how I see it.
I got you. But to make a stand against the white male ruling class, I've never seen that before in my 47 years. I'm just saying. You are absolutely right.
Even if they are not ones we share, you could have left that out.
That's true.
You could have left that out. There was another way you could have said it, whatever like that. You know, that's part of what makes America great. See, I'm rocking with them. I get you, but I'm telling you, I'm in advertising, bro. Like I'm in marketing. And like when I hear that, I'm like,
It's almost like Buzz.
You riding the fence.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't ride the fence. You either be on one side or the other side. There ain't no in the middle. I hate people that try to play the middle all the time. I'd rather not just say nothing.
Okay, no, and I know we got to move on. This is what I'm used to: corporations being openly white supremacists and not riding the fence at all, not caring about black people and being openly racist about their viewpoint. So while you are right, I gotta recognize that riding the fence is not openly straight racist, which is all I've ever seen in my entire life. That's all I'm saying.
No doubt.
But I got you though, bro.
No doubt. So shout out to everybody on the check-in, man. Yeah, so we covered Serena, covered Nike, Colin, and we covered Cornball that's banning the Nike sneakers.
Dumbass.
Cornball.
Yeah, wacko. We got some more police injustice. Talk to me about this story,
What
and
day
then
is
we going into the topic.
So while we were producing this segment, Norm always makes me laugh because he always wants to check the date and the timestamp. Why? Why? Because we run these clips, it seems like
all the
to
time,
me, every single day. To it, and that being said, an African-American male was on his property in front of his house, sitting in his car in
Minding
front
his
of
damn business?
minding his business.
Okay.
In front of his own house, when an officer who turned out not to be an officer but a security guard asked him for the ID.
Wow.
Let's go to the videotape.
All right, here's the clip. Pay attention, people.
Black man from Indianapolis filmed himself being harassed by police officers and then arrested for committing the heinous crime of sitting in his own car outside his own apartment. Welcome back to What's Trending. I'm Martine Bierman. Make sure to subscribe for more stories about minorities getting arrested for simply occupying space. Jaquan Dean was working on his car in the parking lot of his apartment complex when he was approached by a security guard.
How am I loitering?
Because
if I live on this property, bro.
Listen to me. I explain.
You don't know if I'm fixing my car,
right,
if I'm waiting to leave or not. So why is you walking up saying I'm loitering?
Because do you know the definition of loitering? Get on Google right now, look up definition.
I don't need to.
The guard asked Dean for his identification despite there being no reason to think he was committing a crime. And he called in backup.
Nope, not that I know of.
Bro, can I get
Where's my badge? You want my ID?
Yeah, I want everything from everybody. Yeah.
We don't need your ID, sir.
You can film me all you want. I really don't give a
that's not the point.
There it is, Sergeant Robert Patterson, Southport Police Department.
Eventually, an officer pulls Dean out of the car and arrests him for failing to show him his ID.
Hey, bro. Man, back the fuck. Get off me, bro. Stop tensing up. Get off me, bro.
The dispute here seems to be over whether the officers even had the right to demand the Dean identify himself. In Indiana, it's a Class C misdemeanor to refuse to identify oneself to a police officer who requests it. However, courts have ruled that officers must have a reasonable suspicion that the subject has committed an infraction or ordinance violation. And all this guy was doing was sitting in his car and working on it. On top of that, the first cop who approached Dean is not an Indianapolis police officer. James Reynolds runs a private security firm called Reynolds Security Consulting Corp. and is a reserve officer for the Sheridan Police Department, about 45 miles north from Southport, where this incident took place. Yet he's wearing some kind of weird mix of like a G.I. Joe outfit and like a kid's pool floaty with the words police printed across the front, so it has to be real, guys. He did work for the Marion County Sheriff's Department back in 2013, but was fired. Despite that vest that he has on that says police, he's not a cop there and would not have had the authority to arrest Dean. In the wake of the viral video, the Sheridan Police Department now says Reynolds is no longer employed with them as a reserve officer. The other man on camera, Robert Patterson, is a sergeant with the Southport PD, though he also works part-time for Reynolds' security company. His status is unknown as the local authority.
Let's go into this. All right, first of all, main thing that caught me, you got to have just cause to even stop somebody, you know, based on suspicions, right? You got to have just cause, right?
Is that right?
So, two, okay, I get it because I, too, have been locked up because I did not have my ID. I actually got locked up. This was just the one time ever I got locked up. Plus, they found a ticket from a parking ticket from 5 years ago, right? So I think I could have got out of that if I did show some type of ID or whatever. I probably could have gotten out of that, whatever. So I get it, you know, I got locked up, no ID. But with his case, they didn't have no technical reason for even approaching him.
So the just cause to engage these officers was the color of this man's skin. Okay. Why do I need to show my ID when I'm on my property,
Sitting in my car,
not doing anything? First thing. Second thing, the first guy was a police officer, but then his ass got fired. Then he became a reserve police officer where? In a town 40 miles away. What we didn't see was out of his jurisdiction.
Right.
Now, what does it find out? He's a reserves officer and he owns a security company.
Right.
What they also said in the clip was when he called for backup, he called for backup of a police officer. But it just so happens that police officer works at the company of the first rent-a-cop.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So
right,
now
right.
you're seeing how corporate interests can control racist police policies and et cetera. You know what I mean? So it's more of the same. What I will say is keep your cell phones on and stand on the side of righteousness.
So here's my thing.
Keep filming these jokers, man.
Are you in violation? All right. And I say I don't know because I'm not a cop. But are you in violation that if you're technically not a police officer and you're displaying police officer garb and you happen to be out of your jurisdiction, is that something you should get suspended for or arrested for or whatever? I want to know. So who's the real criminal to me? Because if he rocked that police thing like he was Popo
and held it like he knew, like
yeah.
officer.
So I don't know. Again, that's another
Is that
example.
Misrepresenting the fact that you're an officer?
Yeah.
Impersonating an officer?
Yeah.
What's the standard about that?
Keep rocking the cell phones. Keep shooting any type of injustice you see or whatever like that, because this is going to expose people.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like before we used to go, before there was an obvious, you think about back in the day with Martin Luther King, civil rights movements, when the police were obviously not giving a shit about us, right? So now we have these things with these body cams. We have all these things that are supposed to help us to be able to go against these police officers who are crooked and do all these things, but it's like it's not helping.
Right.
All it's doing it's like, okay, yeah, you caught me, you got me on camera. I might have got fired. I might have lost my badge or my patch because one boy had a patch and thought he was Barney Fife up in here. So at the end of the day, it's like even us filming them, it's not doing anything because they keep on doing the same thing. And if not, I feel like us filming them is just further pissing them off even more. And because this system is, like Vic just said, this system wasn't made for us.
Right.
It's not made for us. The fact that you can stop somebody just because I'm black or because I have dreads. Like he said, I fit the description of something that just happened. Meanwhile, you're stopping me for doing absolutely nothing, trying to get home from work, and somebody's being raped, somebody's being killed, a child's being molested. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, even filming them to me is not even like there's no help there. There's no help there because it's constantly being done. We're seeing people getting shot in front of their families in their cars for what? A broken taillight?
So I want to humbly disagree with my beautiful co-host and my boss.
Okay.
I'm accustomed to police doing whatever the hell they want, then saying whatever the hell they want. Okay, so now I think that it is helping because at least there is a record of the injustice. So whereas before, when you rolled up on the scene and you see my dead body and there was no film and there was no coverage and no whatever, my family could do absolutely nothing. At least now there was a record of the illegal activity by the police.
No, I get that.
And second of all, if you look at the civil rights movement, what Martin Luther King did was he brought cameras down there so that the world could see how we're treated. No one ever listens to us. They always tell us it doesn't exist, get over it, it's reverse discrimination, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. To me, when you put the moral lens, that lens to say to the rest of the world, because not everybody's white, racist, or Republican,
right,
and to other strata of the American society, to say, listen, you say one thing, but you do another thing. To say, listen, court, even when I brought the evidence to show clearly the crimes being committed by police officers, you made a more of a crime to say we didn't see it. So just I get what you're saying, Kiss.
And I get what you're saying entirely
but we get
too. I just feel
harassed,
like
shot, killed, been doing that since the 1600s. At least now,
right,
the rest of the world
Can
can see
see,
the
right.
devilishness of
I
this
get it.
society.
I get it. I just
Paul
feel
Jo-
like,
we live in, which
I
is
just feel like it needs to
racist
stop
and
more than
plain.
Shout out to Paul Joseph Williams. He said, "Isn't that falsely impersonating
Absolutely.
a city official?"
I thought it was.
I agree. I thought it was
thought
too.
it was too.
Shout out
Call
to
him
Ricky
HRJ.
Self.
Let me know
Franklin
next time.
on the
Vic said
check-in.
they ain't nothing but top flight security in the world, Craig.
No doubt.
That's
No
it.
doubt.
That's it.
Phyllis Wood system is
Flashlight
designed
lights.
for us to fail.
Point
Point
blank.
blank.
Yep.
No, I
Another
agree, man.
coward
Yeah,
white
come
boy
on,
with
man.
acting
But
like a
this
police
is-
officer.
This
And that's
is
exactly
why.
what it was. He was in his car. He had dreads and a hoodie on. So what the hell you think they
Right.
stopping him for?
So this is why we got to stop
man.
getting distracted
Bullshit.
by the BS that they distract us with a lot of BS,
lot
man,
of
through
stuff,
the media, through all types of different ways. You know what I'm saying? They distract us to take our attention off what we really should be focusing on with the nonsense. You know what I'm saying? It's always a bigger picture behind it, right? And you know what? And it goes back to what you're saying, right? Like earlier you said something about when it came to Michael Jackson and this person, whatever.
All of
like
our
that.
greats.
You know, like all the media jumps on and like
Destroys
well,
them.
Michael Jordan had gambling problem, this, that, whatever, like that.
Michael Jackson's
Now,
a pedophile. Blah, blah,
now
blah.
here's the devil's advocate part of me, right?
Go ahead.
Is the media destroying us by trying to defame us? Is our actions defaming us, bro? And I want to talk about this on another show. Is our actions actually defaming us and causing us, you know what I'm saying, to lose our own limelight? Our actions. So basically what the media does is report it, right? Once they get it. Now, we know how they spin it. We know how the media spin things. But is it really our actions that is defaming us? And we don't have to go too deep because we want to talk about that tomorrow.
But
at 11 a.m.
Yeah, it's true. I think it's a little bit of both, but we'll talk about that later.
What I will say is we are big advocates of personal accountability and responsibility.
Yes.
So I'm there. But I'm not going to allow that argument to take away from the fact that there is a spin, that we are reported, these issues are reported about us in a disproportionate way, in an unfair way. That argument would hold more weight if it were an equal playing field. But we are misrepresented and spun towards the negative. Okay. White guy do something, black guy do something. Tell me about the media coverage. You don't have to tell me because you already know. Right? So this idea that human beings make mistakes, black people, white people, Spanish people, all of us make mistakes.
Right.
But the fact that we are overly policed, overly killed, overly abused is the tip of the spear that I will always use for the argument. And finally, you can't bring that argument to me because I am about personal accountability. I am going to always, for the rest of my days, point out white supremacy. Always.
Absolutely. But sometimes but here's my thing. You know what I'm saying? This is why tomorrow we're gonna open up discussing this, because certain things I'm realizing, as much as we don't want to admit it, we do to ourselves. Now, white supremacy has been a problem and an issue that existed for years and hundreds of years since we've been on them boats.
Of course.
Right? So that's the reality to it. But at what point do we say to ourselves, you know what? I am not going to put myself in this position for them to even use it against me. Think about it. Think of how clean Obama got out his presidency. right? With no personal
Scandals, no
blemishes,
nothing,
no
right.
scandals, no nothing, right? Because you know what? He knew they were waiting to use something against him. So we have to start not putting ourselves in a position where they have something to use it against us, right? So when I look at the Cosby situation, when I look at MJ sleeping with young kids, and even though he may have never touched them or did anything,
of course.
We got to get to the point where we're not putting ourselves in a position for anybody to use anything against us, and this is why I'm saying, like, even Michael Jordan, bruh. Okay, you knew that if somebody see you gambling or betting on something you shouldn't be betting on, they can take that and use it against you. Tyson, bruh, you knew. You know what I'm saying? Like, taking a woman up to a hotel that you barely know, and you just seen at a pageant or whatever like that, can possibly play out wrong. Right? So why put yourself in a position, you know what I'm saying, to have, I've seen it. I've seen somebody put themselves in a position whereas they had charges against, even though those charges were dropped, but they put themselves in a position, and that position they put themselves in left them with a permanent scar and blemish. You know what I'm saying? So we have to take ourselves out of that situation.
So for the new listeners that don't know, old listeners know that we put the spotlight on black stupidity just as much as we on this show here.
Shout out to Kaz. He said, if you're not in the picture, how can you get framed? Exactly. Go ahead.
We put the spotlight on black stupidity, black accountability, black mental illness. We talk about black relationships and black men not doing what they're supposed to do and everything else. So we're going to have the conversation again. And while I agree with you and it is profitable, the first weapon I was ever given to fight racism was to be, you got to be twice as intelligent, twice as smart. You got to be early. These are the core values that African Americans gave us that came from down south, who suffered great brutality at the hands of Jim Crow. Most black people, contrary to popular belief and what you see on the daggone television, are conservative, hardworking. I know your mama told you that. I know her mother told her that. Every old black person I ever know says, before we shall overcome, you got to be twice as good, because you know the white man don't give a damn about you. So the twice as good is accountability. If you look at how religified we are, and how much religion is incorporated into our psyche. One of the things, instead of it enslaves us, but it also changes our behavior. We're actually very, very conservative, and I gotta be against this narrative that we're shiftless, lazy, stupid criminal. And the last thing, everyone makes mistakes. I want the right to be as dumb and as stupid as any other American citizen. When I get pulled over, I got to know what to do. The cop don't got to know a damn thing. When my child is acting up, my child is supposed to understand the statutes of the laws of the limitations of this and that and the other, and the grown adult doesn't have to. Why? Because that grown adult doesn't see us as human beings. But tomorrow we are going to get back to black accountability. Let's get it.
No doubt. No doubt. All right, so y'all already know what it is, man. I guess we can go in. Let me see if I got it. We're going to go into...
My family say he loves this show. He likes the show a lot.
Yo, shout out.
Respect.
Shout out to the fam. All right, so we've been talking about Serena, Cap, Nike, all of that.
Right.
The young brother, whatever that was unjustly, you know what I'm saying?
Again.
Yeah, again. You know, so now we're going to talk about taking a good look at yourself. You might be the problem in your relationship. So, again, I know nobody wants to admit they're the problem.
I do.
Really?
So do I.
You would admit that?
Of course.
That you're the problem?
Absolutely.
Oh my God! And she's a woman on the Man Cave Morning Show admitting
Absolutely.
that? Okay,
I
so
admit it as well.
Why did you say that? Now I got to ask you, birthday girl. Why did you say that?
Well, one, because I'm a woman, we're already kind of put in this, we have this stigma over us where it's all about us. When a woman speaks, you gotta listen. You gotta respect the woman. You gotta do this, you gotta do that. Like we've spoken about before, the men are never really defended when it comes to, like we've talked about child support and all these things or whatever. But I think in relationships more so, there's this I'm having a brain fart with the words
It's
I'm
all
looking
good.
for. But there's this thing where in relationships it's mostly about of a woman. Right. And to me, I think that that's a lot of BS because I feel like at the end of the day, it takes two people to be in a relationship. So if you're not happy being with me, then it has to be my fault, right?
Right.
And vice versa. So at the end of the day, and again, I think as women, we always, men ain't this, men do this, men do that, whatever. And this may be rightfully so in some cases, but in the same breath, we can sit here and say, as men can sit here and say, women ain't shit, women do this, women do that, women do that. So if I'm with somebody and my person is not happy, or my person doesn't feel supported, or whatever the issue is, if it's the person that's feeling this way more than anything, then obviously I have to be held accountable for it, and I have to take responsibility for the fact that, okay, well, why isn't my person happy if I'm the person who's supposed to be providing this feeling, this vibe, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, and like I said, I've been in relationships where, I did things and I didn't know that it was a problem, or I didn't think that it was a problem, and I just carried on with my regular life until the person spoke up and was like, look, I don't like when you do this, or when you did this, I felt this kind of way, whatever. So, and even though they were innocent things and they were, brushed under the rug because, the person that I was with kind of knew, like, okay, I know that's not kiss, whatever. So I'm just glad that I brought it up and now we can, squash it. From that point on, I knew, like, okay, it can't always be blaming the other person or pointing the finger. Like, yo, sometimes it's your ass. Sometimes it is what it is. I'm just saying.
I think it's your fault. It's your fault. It's your fault. You're the reason why your relationship didn't work out. You said you.
And trust me, we've heard the story, so I'm just like, yo.
Clap it up. I think that both men and women do not like to take responsibility
at all.
Nope.
At all.
Look, it's not.
Nobody wants to be at fault for that.
That's not a female thing. That's not a man thing. That's a people thing.
It's a people thing.
And some of us never come to the knowledge of true self-awareness. Because if you're truly self-aware, you're going to be aware of the fact that you're jacked up and you need to work on some certain situations.
Right.
Now, when it comes to relationships, like Norm was playing, but he was actually telling the truth. You ever hear me talk about my it's always the other. I didn't do nothing. Right. And as an adult, I have to stop doing that, because if not, I'm going to continue to repeat the cycle, continue to blame people. Right. And another thing, when I don't look at my wrongdoing, I hurt other people because I'm in denial about the fact that I can be as abusive as well. Norm, I was abused. But that behavior I'm perpetrating because I'm not acknowledging that I'm doing it to someone else that I love, like my kids, like my woman or whomever. It is what it is.
And even on a kind of like crazy psyched out kind of vibe. That's just like being with somebody who's abusive, knowing that they're abusive, obviously, because whether it be that they're verbally abusing you, beating you down, whatever the case is, and you stay.
About to get deep.
And you stay there.
Yeah.
Like I had to look at my situation years ago, like. And and again, my daughter's father and I were very open about discussing, what's happened in our lives or whatever, and we've grown from it. And he's whatever. The things we've grown from it, and we've learned to accept that what it was is what it was, and now it's all about my daughter and my grandson and us being adults. You know what I mean? And being smart enough to be able to say, okay, that was then. Leave it where it's at. Let's just pray on it and move forward. But I had to look at a situation, a long time ago, like, I was constantly complaining about these things that were happening. And I'm just like, yeah, you're wrong, but so am I, because I'm sitting my ass right here and I'm not going nowhere, despite what everybody was saying, whatever. And even in the most twisted ways, like even like that, people might say, no, it ain't your fault, because whatever. No, it kind of was, because it was happening. And I still chose to stay for whatever reason. So I have to take accountability for the fact that now I'm sitting here even further looking at this man like it's you, but no, it's me too, because I'm still staying here, allowing for this shit to happen and not doing anything about it. So there's different ways and different aspects where you can look at you being a problem. It doesn't necessarily have to mean like because you cheated or because you spent too much money and you're not worried about your spouse working overtime and you're not, providing. There's other things.
If you're going to have any chance of breaking the cycle or generational curses or whatever you want to do, understand that some abused people spend a lot of time in that past abuse. Like in other words, you were abused then, but you're not being abused now. But because of the abuse, look, you're an alcoholic. Because you were abused back in the past, you too are verbally abusive.
Right.
Because you too were abused in the past. Listen. You too cheated on your wife, cheated on your husband, committed a crime, this, that, and the other. It's an endless cycle. Now watch this. The victims of my crime are then going to do it more. The devil never break the cycle.
Right.
When you talk about abuse and stuff, and we've all suffered great abuses, we could all get the violins out.
Right.
But what we don't do is examine how we break the cycle, who we attract, and also, as we're complaining, Norm, we're now doing it to the next person that we're in a relationship. We're doing it to our children, and then they then do it to their children, and the list goes on and on. When does the buck stop? It needs to stop with me. Listen. You are not powerless. You are not powerless. You have to take accountability and responsibility for where your life is. It's there because that's where you put yourself. You're not what happened to you. Your decision.
No doubt. And so if you're just joining us, we are talking about take a good look at yourself. You might be the problem in your relationship. And it's funny. And you know what? See,
Kiss got a norm list.
This is why we here. Norm got a norm list. So here's one of the signs that you might be a problem in your relationship. We go like you, Candace. No, now check this out. Real talk.
God.
Here's one of the signs that you might be a problem. You're hot-headed.
Yo.
Ooh, can you possibly be hot-headed, bro?
Oh my
You
gosh.
think?
You want to read it?
I'm hot-headed?
Be hot-headed?
Yeah.
You're hot-headed by default. You're Puerto Rican. I can say that. That's my family. Now
I'm hot-headed because I'm light-skinned black.
now check this out. Real talk, people. We're gonna have some transparency here today on the Man Cave afternoon show. So now, all right. So let's read this.
Okay. You're hot-headed. If something unpleasant happens with you and your partner, you go from 0 to 100 in 3 seconds. You mumble mean things, maybe even throw things, and you lash out whether the issue is big or small. The way out of this is to become aware of your behavior and change it. Consider an anger management program, or at the very least, learn to take a break from combative conversations for 20 minutes to give yourself time to cool down.
Yes.
God.
Clap that up.
Oh my God.
Now,
go ahead, General.
do y'all need to see that again? Some of you.
We need to read it again?
Do y'all need to see that again?
Kiss,
I'm guilty of that. Oh my God.
We need to read that again.
Again, take a look at yourself.
I did that one time, and I felt stupid and so bad.
Relationship.
Yeah. You want to read it
And
again?
you lash out whether the issue is big or small. The way out of this is to become aware of your behavior and change it. All right? So do you go to 0 to 100?
Well, I don't need anger management, so that's a good thing.
Okay. So now,
I don't think of that.
I've gone through anger management.
let's talk. Let's
The
see
judge said I had to.
who is going to be transparent.
Yeah, that's the truth.
It got that bad?
Yeah, it did. Yes.
All right. So
Lord.
we saying you might be the problem in your relationship. So we give you certain signs that you
And if I
actually might
see
be
you
the
in this
problem.
courtroom again, Mr. Jeffries, I'm sorry.
Damn.
I'm gonna throw one more at y'all. I'm gonna throw one more at y'all.
You think your partner is inferior to you? Shit. Well, you can't leave yet.
Your partner beneath you.
That's
You think you're better than me?
Nah, we're not doing that.
Yeah. So let's talk
Wanna read
about
it?
this one.
Okay.
If
Number
you
2.
think you're the bomb and your partner isn't, when you feel you are superior, you will develop contempt
Why
for
you have
your
to say-
partner and put them down either when you're alone or when you are around others. You will try to make your partner feel small, and a person will tolerate nasty behavior like that for only so
Let me tell you
long.
something. One thing I don't like. I'm gonna tell you.
I stood up on that.
No, the woman keep it 100. I don't like when my mate. I'm not saying I ain't putting nobody on blast. This could be before marriage, my marriage or after. But I'm gonna tell you something I don't like. Period. I don't like when you change up when we around friends. When you change up and you feel as though you got to make the jokes on me.
Yeah.
Or you got to put me down because we around the crew, the friends or whatever like that. Or you got to say things or whatever like that. You know what I'm saying? Just to get a high five or whatever from
At
your
my
girl
expense.
or your family member or whatever like that. for something you said negative about me or trying to make a little jokey joke. Like, it shouldn't always have to be like that. Yeah, it shouldn't always have to be like that. So I watch things like that.
So do I.
Again, this is another sign where you might be the problem in the relationship. So something like that, you need to check. You should always be pro my mate.
Absolutely.
You should always be pro
Absolutely.
my mate.
Absolutely.
Nah,
And
you should never turn states on your mate.
Let's do the converse argument, which is at the age that I am now, right? When I'm in public, best to be overly nice, overly polite. And when I see a person with low self-esteem making a joke at my expense, I'm out. I used to think it's cute. Ooh, kids, look how pretty you are, this, that, and the other. I used to think that I was being, self-evasing. Listen, coward. If you got to put me down to make yourself feel good, I'm gone. And a lot of people with low self-esteem always do that. They got to stand on you to make.
Right.
It's supposed to be, bae, I'm supposed to be extra nice, or kiss, can we talk about this later? The fact that I publicly shame you, humiliate you, make fun of you. Look, babe, let's talk about this behind closed doors.
Yeah.
When you constantly public,
No, let's talk about it now.
huh? You want to put on the show? Well, you a one-man show. You a one-woman show, because I'm out. That's abusive behavior, and I will not tolerate that in my life ever again. Did I hit a nerve on myself? I would not tolerate that from nobody in no relationship, not even my own kids. And if my kids don't call me for a couple of weeks because they got to think about it, go somewhere and sit down and think about it, because I'm not here to disrespect you. Why do you feel like you got to disrespect me?
Yo, I see that a lot, man. Like, I'm like, really? Why you wait till we get around such and such? Like, okay, now you got to take shots at me?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I see that with people in general, and it's like, that's not cool. Like, that's gonna cause problems in your relationship. It's real talk.
That's a very destructive behavior pattern.
Yeah.
And if you see it, you need to leave. Now, to also discuss this superior attitude,
you need to address it. I ain't even gonna say you need to leave. You need to address it.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
If it continues to happen,
because the thing is,
continues to happen.
Part with any situation, half the battle is knowing about that there is a problem. So once you address that there is a problem, and they do nothing to change it, then that's when you may have to take other means.
I agree.
Oh, I got a good one.
Go ahead, kid. Speak on, birthday girl.
It says another sign is you vent to your friends instead of working things out with your partner.
That's what Norm just said.
Yeah.
Getting drama for the thrill of it.
Think about it. Nobody can fix a problem between me and you, but me and you.
Yep.
I agree.
You feel me?
Yep.
Let's keep it 100.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, sometimes you could put people in your business, just like me and you had an issue, and then you go, Aaliyah, that Norm, blah 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 blah, such a Norm, blah 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 blah. So now, when I get around you and Aaliyah's looking at me like, and I'm like, what the hell I do?
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I do something or whatever like that. Why you coming for me like that or whatever like that? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, because, and it's the same thing with family members. I'm venting to a certain family member about you or whatever, and then when you get around them, they treating you all effed up or whatever because I involved them in our business.
Yes.
And you ain't got nothing against them. They really technically ain't got nothing against you, but because I said this what Boo said about me, or this what Keisha said or did to me, whatever like that. So now they looking at you some type of way, you catching the heat.
And you let it go, even though you were the one that vented. Now you cool back with me, and everybody else around me got the gas face because your mouth too big.
Exactly.
Not cool.
So I read that one. That was a Pootie Tang moment, because that's exactly what you said.
Hey, let's read some of the comments. I see some comments.
Yeah.
Real quick. Shout out to Timothy Beverly. Shout out to Juanita. Karen Hearts. Let's read Juanita first.
Okay, let me go up. Where's Juanita? Okay. Right. Juanita says, I agree. Hurt people in return hurt others if they don't acknowledge their own truths. I have to catch myself, and my husband has no problem with reminding me I am carrying hearts against abuse. My feelings get hurt, but he's right. So I consider myself checked. Laugh out loud.
No doubt. That's honesty and transparency.
If your feelings are not hurt, you're not dealing with the truth.
Right.
So if you got a life where your feelings are never hurt, you're living in denial because the truth does hurt.
No doubt. Shout out to Pamela Swain on the check-in. The topics are right in the post.
Yeah.
And actually, I'll show you the topic right now. You can look right on the screen and see the topic. And shout out to everybody who's just checking in. Let's read Timothy's.
Timothy Beverly said, "It is a double-edged sword. Injustice creates conditions while picking for the greater talent, and the common are used to be held down and a reminder for the successful."
Well said.
No doubt. Let's clap that up.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. I'm going to get to another one. Let me read another one. If you just joining us, we're talking about take a good look at yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You might be the problem in your relationship.
Absolutely.
So with that being said, I'm going to go to number 3. Tree.
You avoid conflict. That was going to be the next one. Yep. You're the life of the party. Go ahead, Will.
You're the life of the party when life is rainbows and puppies, but when conflict arises, you run for the hills. Solving problems is not exactly one of your skills, but life isn't all rainbows, and you're a conflict avoidant. You may shut down completely, which will make your partner anxious or angry. Your partner feels like he can engage you only when things are going perfectly, and that's not good. No. Your partner feels like
he
can only go ahead.
He can only engage you only when things are going perfectly. That's not a good thing.
Yep.
Your partner shouldn't have to feel like they can only engage you when things are going perfectly. All right, that's not a good thing. Y'all got to talk about the conflict and the issues and the problems too.
Perfect.
Yeah, because my whole thing is if somebody else is hearing something about us before I know about it,
right,
I'm gonna have an issue with it. Like, what the hell is that? You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, okay. You know, I heard it from my cousin that you feeling this way about this.
Here's
this,
the thing.
This and that. Why couldn't you talk to me about it?
You have to be careful that you're not letting your partner manipulate you. Here's what I mean. You have a right to be angry. You have a right to be hurt. You have a right to be heard. Right? So when people attempt to silence you by saying, oh, you're being abusive, and you know your intention is not, or you're being mean and you're being angry, what they're trying to do is control you and not let you speak your truth, because the truth doesn't always come out in a pleasant fashion. I am for the truth, and I demand that in my relationships, but I'm always cognizant of a control freak, which is I can feel whatever I want to feel, say whatever I want to say, and do whatever I want to do, and you can't say a damn thing about it. Why? Because you're so loud, Dawood. You're so opinionated. Not the right time. When the hell is the right time? But I gotta be hypersensitive about your feelings and what I'm doing wrong, and I got to walk around eggshells and stuff like that. Tell me, a lot of us have relationships like that, which makes me pull a trigger quick, fast, and hurry.
I hate to feel like I gotta walk on eggshells. Exactly.
I don't do eggshells. I make scrambled eggs out of eggshells, baby. Not me.
Exactly. Ooh,
I bust
number 4.
eggs.
Look at number 4.
Oh,
you're obsessed with social media.
Wow.
If you're always on social media posting sexy photos of yourself, or yikes, flirting with your exes, your partner will definitely feel insecure and threatened. And guess what? That kind of behavior also makes you look insecure and desperate for attention.
Clap that up, please.
Okay.
Hello? Is this thing on?
Is this thing on?
Does anyone have a cop?
Is this thing on? Okay. So I see that a lot of times.
Acting single when you're not.
With women I know that's in relationships, right? And they posting up the sexy bikini pics and the swimsuit pics and all these pics or whatever like that, you know, and it's like you're in a relationship. Right. So they get guys coming on there saying, oh, look at you, so sexy. Right. Oh, you're so this, you're so that. Oh, I wish I can take you out and this and that. And they loving the attention. But yo, you know you're in a relationship, right? Now, here's my thing, right? If your mate says,
absolutely,
I have a problem with that.
Absolutely.
It's an issue with that. I think you need to tone it down. I think you need to stop. I think this, whatever like that. And you continue to do it. is going to cause further damage to your relationship.
A lot of people don't realize that that behavior is actually abusive because they're so self-absorbed and arrogant. Why would you knowingly hurt your partner over and over and over again and then say, oh, well, you're just being insecure, this and that? Let me tell you something. I'm not stupid. I know the vibes that you're giving out. You know how I know the vibes? Because that's how we got together. You gave out some vibes and it attracted me.
Right.
So the fact that you are putting those vibes out to other people says to me as a man, and this can tell you as a female, from a female perspective, that you're now looking for more. You better act like you're in a matter of fact, don't act like nothing. Once again, Bob gone. No one will like, we need to talk about it, and you need it. You very well may. But why should I really have to, as your mate? Yeah, I love you. We're gonna talk about it. But in my mind, I'm like, why should I even have to have this conversation?
No doubt.
I think we unequally yoked here.
Shout out to Dee Dee Graham. She said, we have to accept responsibility for the part we play. Yeah, we can say what the other person did, but what about looking in the mirror and asking, what part did I play? Own it, in the mirror. Discuss it, and move forward. Love Dee Dee Graham. Shout out to Dee Dee Graham.
Yes.
No doubt. Pamela Swain. Hey, Pamela. Okay, I'm guilty. Simply because with the load I carry, I can't afford to address every emotion. This is grown-up work, and I pick my battles carefully. Every problem is not a true problem. I can respect that. Some women are like, okay, this is not really a big issue. Why? You making too much out of this. I hear that. Sometimes you make it too much. It's not really that big issue, whatever like that. So I'm in the middle on her comment. I'm in the middle because I can see what she's saying. Well, like, I'm not feeling it.
No, you know what? Listen. No. Hold it. Acknowledging where you are at is the beginning of wisdom. So I applaud and appreciate that. But from the other perspective, when you are disavowing another person's voice and their feelings, when you're in a relationship with that person, that's abusive to the other person. Everyone in a relationship has a right to be heard. The fact that you avoid it, and belittle my feelings by saying it doesn't really matter is an abusive act. Now, I'm not coming for the sister because we got to recognize that this is what we do, right? Because that's not my thing. I got a lot of craziness about me, but that's not one of them. Because I believe you can tell me anything you want whenever you want. But to manipulate someone else by saying it's not a big deal, that's going to cause resentment in your partner. To say, listen, my feelings are important, but Norm, that's not that important. Why are you making such a big deal? Listen, if it wasn't a deal, I wouldn't bring it up.
Right.
So you stopped me from talking about it?
Shout out to Tyrone Harmon. Ty. He said attention seekers usually don't get attention. But he also goes on to say, he said, maybe your spouse needs to give more attention to the person posting the pics. So basically he's saying maybe your spouse needs to give more attention to the person posting the pics. So in other words, if your woman is posting sexy pics of herself and you got a problem with it, he's saying maybe you need to give more attention to your woman and she'll stop posting those sexy pics.
Maybe my woman needs to communicate her feelings of what we're dealing with and come to tell me instead of putting your naked ass pictures. How about that?
No doubt. Pamela Swain said, but it's truly hold on. Comments keep jumping. But it is truly an issue. Men can be drama kings also.
Absolutely.
No, we know that.
Absolutely.
But it is the Man Cave Afternoon Show.
No doubt.
Cass Minor said, I had an octave level measurer for when we used to have a sit down. Once that level gets to the red, the other have an option to leave the table, and the other has to respect it. Deep. That's deep.
While I agree that men can be a drama kings, I am one. So what got me on the radio. So of course I understand that. But there are people that are not in touch with their emotions. Do you know there are people that are manipulative with their intentions, and they do all kind of crap because they think I'm stupid, or I'm looking at their behind and they supple breasts for me not to know that I'm not being heard.
Right.
I will always give you the opportunity to be heard. Now, there are people that can't deal with their emotions. There are people that are manipulative. There are a whole lot of reasons why this is what's said. You know, I don't want to talk about that right now. There are a lot of, and it's up to you to examine it. But I'm talking about the disingenuous people that want to control other people's behavior because they're not in touch with their true feelings.
Right.
We got a comment in IG chat. Vic said it might not even be that. You can give her all the attention and talk to them, but it's about her feelings. She might not be satisfied. It could be something deeper to her.
No doubt. Clap that up.
Yeah.
That's true too.
Yeah.
True indeed.
You know, we harbor feelings and we don't tell.
True indeed.
Yes, Kiss. Yes.
True indeed.
Don't talk about your feelings.
All right. So let me go on to this next one.
We're gonna close the show with that. Okay, Papa.
Okay, hold on. Not this one.
Close the show
Okay.
with that.
You boy, I did that already. I did this already. Now we're gonna go on to this one. Number 5. You don't take responsibility for your actions.
Action.
If everyone is always
just like Buddha Black,
body kick bad, chitty chatty with chitty bad.
Real hip hop. If everything is always your partner's fault and never your own, you're probably being a bit biased or irrational. If you don't easily say I'm sorry and instead blame your actions on someone else, it's a surefire way to a relationship disaster.
Me tell you this, Woo. Sometimes women, now ladies, you know, Storm love the ladies. But
and so do Thirsty Jenkins.
You know Thirsty Jenkins.
Love the ladies.
But sometimes y'all have a hard time saying I'm sorry.
Not me.
And admitting you were wrong. All right? Because, you know, you cannot be right all the time. And one thing, as I got older, trust me, I realized that I am not right all the time. And sometimes you have to own up to your ish, own up to your own ish and be like, you know what? I was wrong, babe. I was wrong, sweetie. I'm sorry. My bad. I'm sorry.
A very big character flaw to strong black independent women is the inability to say, I am sorry. I see this in my past relationships, and etc. When you meet a perfect person, let me know. It's, once again, I got to keep using that same word, abusive. In other words, just do what I say and you'll be all right. You ain't nothing but a man anyway. Then they start telling me how I feel and how I'm supposed to act. Right? Like, you need to just be quiet and just do what I said. That's not a relationship. That's masturbation.
Oh, damn. Chill said that's every woman on earth.
That's every woman on earth. Yeah, no.
No, it's
Chill,
not.
you're right.
No, it's
Kiss,
not. No, he's not.
Kiss.
No, he's not.
I'm gonna say.
You're right.
You know why I say that?
I'm gonna say you're the no. Go ahead. I'm gonna say you're the exception. Go ahead. Now go ahead and speak from your exceptional point of view.
Okay, because all right, my thing is this, right? I never have an issue with saying sorry, especially if I'm the one that's wrong. But I used to have this little issue in a relationship that I used to have, right, where the person would constantly do stupid ish all the time, stupid ish, and treat me how we were talking about differently around the friends and act funny and do whatever. And then when I reacted, it was oh, well, why you gonna do that? Why you gotta say that? It was always a why? Because I reacted and I actually spoke up and said this is what's bothering me, whatever the case is. So now I was put in a position where it was like, you're demanding an apology from me because I spoke on the dumb shit you was doing that made me feel some kind of way. And whenever I would say, I'm sorry for making you feel this way.
Right.
But it was automatically, oh, see, that's that shit. That's that woman shit. You said, but that negates whatever. No, because I reacted to what you're doing.
Right.
So you can't even say sorry to me. Why do I have to apologize to you when you started?
No doubt.
You get what I'm saying?
Shout out.
So we can say sorry, but there always got to be a but.
Tyrone Harmon said, no kiss will curse you out in Espanol.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
No, I won't.
Go down.
Ándale.
No doubt.
So I'm gonna
not all the time, though.
I'm gonna underline and say that Kiss is the exception. A lot.
Really?
I ain't no to say
Jesse Jenkins working his magic.
No, to say these exceptions.
Let the man
because
speak.
Check this out. A lot of women I know micromanage the hell out of everything and everybody.
Oh,
when the last time you seen a black mother say they sorry to their own child? When the last time you seen a black woman publicly apologize to a black woman, black man, the same way they showed their ass at the supermarket? Said you cussed us out, did this and did that. You tell me when they use that voice and to publicly declare the way they disrespected me to say I'm sorry. Hello, this thing is not on. See, listen, strong black independent women. This is angry Dawu, not thirsty Dawu. Because you are used to doing everything in yourself, by yourself, right? You start to think you're right because there's been no one there to tell you, hey, excuse me, you're wrong. Then you want to catch an attitude with a man that loves you enough to look at you in your beautiful brown eyes and say, sit down. You are wrong. You want to call me sexist. You want to call me racist. You want to say I hate women. You want to call me this. You want me to call that. If I love you as a man, it's my responsibility to let you know that on this situation right here, when you was blacking out on a job, when you was upside the head because you were doing something, no, you're wrong. But a lot of times, these gaggling geese of women that ain't got no man, and that's abusive, that got baby daddies and they not married or they divorced and their relationship never ever seems to work. Never seems to work. You go from relationship to relationship. So something go wrong with your man. What do? You go to the gaggling geese that don't know a damn thing about how to keep a man, and you keep on staying wrong, and you're gonna keep on staying by yourself. Kiss is the exception.
Oh, okie dokie.
I
Clap that up.
I try, and I'm wrong a lot.
All right. So Phyllis Woodbury said, I don't have a problem apologizing and admitting I'm wrong. Fact. Okay, that's good for you, Phyllis. No, I appreciate
exception,
that.
Tammy said, if I'm wrong, don't get confused.
DT said it's hard to pimp your feelings, meaning share your feelings and agree. Okay.
Why is sharing your feelings pimping them?
Tyrone said, laugh my ass, I love ya. Good show. No doubt.
Love you too, show.
Salute to the fam. Let's see, that's called gaslighting. Gaslighting. Break that down, Pamela.
Yeah.
About gaslighting, because I never heard that term. Let's talk about it. Tell me what said, if you really love your mate, you'll feel bad.
Who said tell why we mad?
Didi, she said tell why you mad.
Listen to every single show. You'll find it like.
Wait, but Phyllis said okay, mad woo with the hearts.
Right. Okay, should I be thirsty again or
no?
Or white supremacist?
You gotta
Which
be
one
both.
you want me to be?
Look.
Look. Check
Pamela
this out.
Saying, real quick. Pamela Swain said, I was always told if you want to know about a man, you ask the man. Never ask another woman about your man. Ooh, damn it.
Say that.
Totally agree.
Come on,
Pamela.
And listen, brothers, I'm talking to you now. You can listen to these sisters play the Jedi mind trick on you if you want. Cause she fine and she this and she that. Got you thinking cause you chasing her poom poom that you can't speak to her and correct her? You setting yourself up for failure. You setting up your children for failure. Everyone is subjected to authority. We are subjected one to another. And it can't just be the righteous indignation of a strong black. Get your wrong ass down, have a cup of tea, and say a prayer. Because you're wrong.
Have a Coke in the
Phyllis Woodbury said, no, you're both.
Yeah,
you're
both.
Okay.
We got a comment.
Thank you.
Vic said most women are not used to a real man and don't know how to handle it when they're used to these lames that's called a real man because of the good D. I'm just saying.
Talk about it. Speak about it.
Absolutely.
Talk about it.
Don't let these
Speak
women.
about it.
Original man came on and she's stupid. Brothers, you better not let these women talk you out of your masculinity. You better not let these women talk you out of your righteous God-given authority. You better not let these women talk you out of your responsibility as a man to regulate and do what's right. You better not let them tell them that you sexist and you're mean and you're this and you're that. Listen, don't let them do it to you. Women will micromanage every single thing. But if I bring up one thing that you need to address, you upset? Right.
Well,
sure.
Did I ask you to speak?
Dig it. See?
Exactly.
I'm just kidding.
See, and I'm like,
I was kidding with you. I was kidding with
you.
Right.
I'm just happy to be here.
I'm on.
Kick rocks. I'm out.
What Eddie say when he was like, all right. Okay.
The 5 deadly vengeance of death. Pornhub, here I come. See ya.
Did you just say Pornhub, here I come?
That's right. The 5 fingers of death.
Oh God.
Adios mio.
And now back to commercials.
All right.
Shout out to masturbation.
So on that note,
all right.
Before we check out, and look, we going in hard
Yes,
tomorrow.
you stupid.
We are going in hard tomorrow on the Man Cave Morning Show, and we're gonna be starting on time.
No, it's
people,
just me.
So
and
after
early.
masturbation, just you're gonna say we're going in hard. Lord, what's wrong with y'all today?
Listen,
Anyway.
I'm the only one on the panel that masturbates. So I'll just let you know. No one masturbates but me.
Oh my
It's
God.
never about us.
Wait.
Anyway,
It's always about you.
Anyway, right now
Pornhub.
we're gonna say we want all of y'all to join us in saying happy birthday.
Happy birthday, beautiful.
To Hurricane Kiss.
Hurricane Kiss.
Our partner. Our
Right,
co-host,
exactly.
Kisa.
Exactly.
Yes.
Okay,
Here is her
I'm
cake.
I'm gonna try not to set the studio on fire.
Because she's the singer, does she have to sing herself happy
I'm not
birthday?
singing. Y'all gonna sing to me, men.
Okay.
All right, can we all sing happy birthday to Kiss?
Oh God.
You asked for it.
1, 2,
Lord.
3.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. With reverb. Happy birthday, dear Kiss. Happy birthday to you. You get a cake. You get a cake. How old are you now? I can
23.
see it. I can see it.
Yeah, y'all see it.
How old are
Y'all see how old she is.
now?
24. He put it backwards.
Yeah, whatever.
How old are you now?
Take this Tang and cut it.
Oh.
I'm gonna eat some
You're
more
getting
egg.
better with age.
I've been like tasting the cream the whole.
You've been getting better with age.
You good?
Cut that far. I gotta get on the road.
So you wait, make your wish and blow it out. I was trying to hear her.
I was
thoughts.
trying to hear her wish as well.
Yes,
Thank
yes.
you guys. I love y'all.
Yes.
No doubt, no doubt.
This cake is good. Nothing I was poking on it.
All right.
All right.
So
Let me
cut
get a
that
slice
cake.
for the road, baby.
Yes.
Cut that
I'm
cake.
out of here.
Appreciate y'all for What kind of cake? It's chocolatey and cakey and I don't know.
It's vanilla and chocolate.
We gotta
Slice
slice it
and
up so we can
let's
see, Joe.
We're gonna see right now. I just buy the cakes. I don't eat them.
That's actually very true.
No one put my
That's very
candles.
true.
Put my candles backwards. It was supposed to be like that.
24. Yeah, all right.
He didn't have
That's
his
what you
glasses
said
on when he
24
put the
years
candles
ago.
on.
As you said 24 years
24
ago.
years ago.
Yeah, okay.
I was born in 1989.
Let's try the cake. I'm gonna try it right on the air. And if we don't like it, we all gonna go ill together.
All right. I don't see knives, so everybody's just gonna scoop, right?
That's cool.
No doubt.
Scoop the fork.
No. Just go like that.
Just cut it in.
I'll go get a knife.
We'll dig it.
Meanwhile, we're gonna play one of. Let's see if we got Hurricane Kiss.
I got skills.
One of her songs.
Yes.
Hold
Let
on.
Kiss sing to herself.
Oh Lord.
We don't have a. I'm surprised we don't
Let
have that.
Kiss sing to herself.
Oh, I deleted so many files.
Yeah, because it was getting
Many of the files.
the megabytes was adding up, Papa.
Yeah.
Thank you, baby.
Okay.
All right, so this is what we're gonna do, and we're gonna come right back. We are going to play Pamela Long's song of Total. One of her singles out right now, solo joint. It's called You Said. And then we coming right back. We coming right back.
Gonna play Ghetto Love. You had me gassed.
Yeah. It's serious right now. I'm speaking my heart on this record. Finally, I started seeing things as they were. All that you said was nothing but words. So I chopped it up to face the truth. Everything you did was all for you. But what you mean, don't take it personal. I gave up all of me and more. You said you would never leave, and you said you would never go.
Love
That's
Pam.
our girl. Pamela Long, total.
Love you, Pam.
BKS1 family. She has a show at BKS every Sunday,
Pam's
7 to
World.
9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here at WBKS1, BKS1 Radio. Yo, my cake, my slice is going. Woo's is going. Damn.
Y'all want more?
Bang, bang.
I'm gonna take one more slice and I'm good.
Yeah, I'm going to take one more slice for the road.
Meanwhile, I gotta
Cake is
drink this,
banging.
this apple juice. I gotta drink it.
Yeah, but
Yes, hot apple
This
juice.
is hot.
I want to thank everybody for
It's the
joining us
Mott's.
on the Man Cave
It's the
Morning Show.
Mott's.
Yo, interesting topic. We're going to come back with that other one about the kids, man. Because shout out to Jackie D. She presented that topic. She wants to know, at what point do you introduce your kids to the person that you've been seeing,
Never.
that you're dating? At what point? What's the right time? What's the right time? All right, we're going to talk about that tomorrow on the Man Cave Morning Show. What was that other one? In reference to, do we put ourselves in a position? Well, that's what we saw. I forgot what we actually said, but we'll have it tomorrow.
We'll
have
figure it
tomorrow.
out.
We'll figure it out. Man Cave Morning Show. Man Cave
In the morning, not the afternoon.
Yes, we'll be back in the morning.
In the morning.
So stay tuned. WBKS1.com. Remember, this show is never about us.
Making me burp with the cake.
Yo,
It's always about burp you.
because you are
the next best kept secret.
See y'all tomorrow, man.
Forever.
Happy
Bang,
birthday,
bang,
kids.
bang.
Thank you,
Happy
Bo.
birthday
Love you guys.
to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy
Drinking apple
birthday.
juice.
Happy birthday to ya.
Hey. Oh, see you burping into it. The chocolate got
See
him.
y'all
The
tomorrow,
chocolate
y'all.
got him.
Man Cave Morning Show. Love y'all. We love y'all.
Bang, 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 bang.
That's the show with
Could never say that again.
Thank you, Trish. And we had fun the other day too. I'm about to tell her that. Love you, D. Like the ice cream's not even melting. How is that even possible? Or it's like ice cream. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I got like 3 cakes. And Lynn and everybody is probably with a strawberry cake. Then I got another like a cheesecake fruit tart kind of. Oh my god.
Yo, this is Chris Spencer, and you're on BKS1 Radio.
It's your girl Chanel, BKS1 Radio, and I'm here with the beautiful Garcelle Bouzet.
I'm paying you later. Hey, I'm the queen of comedy, some more, and right now you're rocking with BKS1 Radio.
BKS1 Radio Network. I'm here with the amazing Miss Tasha Smith. How you doing?
I'm doing so good. Thank you for coming out.
Yes.
I really appreciate it.
Hello, Denise Boutte. Hey, what's up? Shout out to BKS1 Radio. See you soon.
Brick City's finest, J.D. Williams. I'm in the Savage Podcast Studio, chilling at BKS1 Radio.
BKS1 Radio. I'm here with the legendary Mr. Dick Gregory. How you doing today, sir?
Fantastic, brother, and thank you.
This is Essence Atkins, and this is BKS1 Radio.
Jamie Foxx, BKS1 Radio. What's going on with you?
Storming on. This is George Dr. Funkenstein Clinton for BKS1 Radio. They be doing the dog, y'all.
Yo, this is Chris Spencer, and you're